Lego to me has always almost felt like a mountain that you have to climb in order to get into. As there's a lot of base Lego sets that are fairly cheap, but if you want to get into the really cool stuff, you're gonna have to spend a little bit of money. And maybe I am gonna start collecting some Lego because I just saw something that I think is really cool and I want to share it with you guys today. So basically, Lego announced a Lego Game Boy. Now, what does this mean, right? It's not a actual Game Boy. You can't play actual games on it. You can't, load up Mario. You can't load up Zelda. You can't load any of that up. But it is a full one of one model as built from the Nintendo. As Nintendo and Lego basically teamed up together to make this into like just this cool little model that could sit on your shelf. But I see other implications for this personally. Now, do I think this is really cool in itself? 100%. But there is definitely other implications because like people over the years have done a lot of wacky things to make it where they can play Nintendo games, make it where they can remaster the old Nintendo, whatever it is. So I 100% see someone taking this, building it, right, in like a one by one, and then hollowing out the inside and making it become like a actual Nintendo. I think that would be really cool. I could also see it where these game cartridges like same thing. Someone hollows it out and puts like an actual game cartridge like in it, so it's just like slides in basically. And I think just stuff like this is really cool for Nintendo. Now, I do think a $60 price tag, in my personal opinion, is a little steep. I will stick by like $60 price tag for basically anything is fairly steep, and maybe for probably another year or two. Uh, I'm just saying that now because like I'm already hesitant to buy a $60 game. I'm hesitant to buy a $30 game. So when you're already hesitant to buy like games like that, or you're hesitant to go to Amazon and buy maybe something that you need or something of that sort, I do think $60 is a little steep. But obviously, the diehard fans, I'm not gonna fault you guys either for being like, "This is cool, I'm getting this," and it's not steep for you. And if that is the case, absolute W. It is strange to me though. I've never, like I said, I've never really been into Lego as a whole. When I was a kid, I like we just didn't have the money for Lego, just like period. And then on top of that, like my grandfather would get Bionicles instead. Like I watched the entire Bionicle movie, and they always just felt so precious, right? Like that's kind of how it felt all the time because it was so expensive for Bionicles for Legos or something like that. So it was always so precious. But I do remember back in the day, I believe like for my birthday or Christmas or something like that, I was like obsessed with Harry Potter basically. And me and my brother, we got this like massive Harry Potter Hogwarts Lego set, and it took me like 5 days to fully build. But after it was fully built, yeah, I accidentally dropped it on the ground and broke the entire thing. Absolute shocker by no one, but yeah, that was like the last time I think I ever messed with Legos, and I never rebuilt it because I was just like, man, that was a lot of work for nothing. Maybe that's where the start of the obsession of like grinding games came from. For me, uh, I just couldn't really imagine building these all the time. But I'm actually thinking about maybe getting this Nintendo one because it is cool, and I think there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. Like apparently these buttons and everything are supposed to function like actual Nintendo buttons. So I think it'd be really cool to, if it doesn't work as a Nintendo, which I don't believe it does. It doesn't say it anywhere on the article. To maybe like go in and kind of rewire these and to actually make it work like a Nintendo. I think that'd be sick because I did used to play. Did used to play it a good amount that, and I used to play the DS. Like the original flip open DS. Used to play that all the time. Played like that Star Wars game on it. That was pretty sick. Yeah, so I just think stuff like this is cool. We might do like some video about like building some Legos in the future, especially now that I'm working full time on the side. We can actually like go probably afford a Lego set or two here and there. Obviously, we won't be able to afford the OG sets because these things get very expensive. I think there's Lego sets going for like 10 grand or something like that, which is crazy to think about. Like this and Pokemon basically over the last decade have gone so significantly up in price to where people can sell a card, they can sell a Lego set, they can sell a video game for like 10 grand to collectors and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm not gonna buy a Lego set for 10 grand, but whoever does, why fault them? It's their hobby. Yeah, I feel like that's the thing that a lot of people get lost in a lot of the time is it's okay to just spend money on your hobbies and not really worry about it too much. Like people will always judge you no matter what, so it's better to be happy and be judged than to be miserable and be judged, especially on hobbies because the same people who say, "Oh, well, Legos are bad," right, are probably the same people who go and they spend thousands of dollars drinking, or the same people who say, well, drinking's bad, probably go and spend thousands of dollars at the gym. And it's just kind of an endless cycle in life, you know? Every person who thinks something is weird has something that they do that is equally weird to the person that they're calling weird. So, yeah, that's really all I wanted to talk about today. Was Nintendo and a little bit of a rant. Probably go back to normal videos tomorrow, just because, yeah, it's easier doing them at nighttime, and trying to do it right before work is a little annoying. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.